In the cavernous depths of our minds, where shadows dance with the echoes of our thoughts, there lies a silent voice, often drowned out by the cacophony of our desires and fears. It is the voice of reason, the whisper of wisdom, that guides us towards the path of virtue. But how do we discern this divine voice amidst the chaos of our existence? How do we listen to the subtle murmurs of God speaking through our minds? The ancient Stoics, those masters of the inner realm, understood the power of the mind to connect with the divine. They taught us that within each of us resides a spark of the divine, a fragment of the universal logos that speaks to us in moments of clarity and stillness. It is through the practice of Stoicism, through the cultivation of self-awareness and inner discipline, that we can attune our minds to hear this sacred voice. But make no mistake, dear seeker of truth, the path of Stoicism is not an easy one. It requires relentless introspection and unwavering commitment to the pursuit of virtue. For the Stoic, it is not enough to simply hear the voice of God within. One must also heed its call and follow its guidance. In the face of adversity and temptation, the Stoic remains steadfast, drawing strength from the knowledge that within them lies the power to overcome any obstacle. Like the ancient sage Epictetus once said, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Indeed, the Stoic understands that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the mastery of one's own mind. Through the practice of mindfulness and self-control, we can free ourselves from the grip of destructive emotions and find peace amidst the turmoil of life. But let us not mistake Stoicism for mere passivity or resignation. Far from it. The Stoic is a warrior of the soul, battling against the forces of ignorance and vice with courage and determination. As the great philosopher Seneca once wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult." So, dear friend, listen closely to the whispers of your mind, for therein lies the voice of God, calling you to rise above the petty concerns of the world and embrace the noble path of Stoicism. Let us walk this path together, arm in arm, as fellow travelers on the journey towards self-mastery and inner peace. For in the words of the Stoic sage Marcus Aurelius, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Let us then delve deeper into the labyrinth of the mind, guided by the torchlight of Stoic wisdom. Picture, if you will, the tumultuous sea of human emotions, roiling and churning with every passing wave of circumstance. In the midst of this tempest, the Stoic stands as a beacon of serenity, anchored by the steadfastness of their inner fortress. For the Stoic knows that emotions, though powerful and alluring, are but fleeting shadows cast by the vagaries of fortune. Like a ship buffeted by storms, we may be tossed about by the winds of passion and desire, but it is within our power to steer our course with wisdom and resolve. Consider for a moment the story of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who endured unimaginable hardships with unyielding grace and resilience. Born into slavery, his body may have been bound by chains, but his spirit soared freely, untouched by the shackles of his circumstances. In the face of adversity, he found solace in the knowledge that true freedom lies not in the externals of life, but in the mastery of one's own mind. So too can we find liberation from the tyranny of our emotions, not through suppression or denial, but through understanding and acceptance. The Stoic teaches us to embrace our emotions as a natural part of the human experience, neither to be feared nor indulged, but observed with detachment and equanimity. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Indeed, it is our perception of events rather than the events themselves that shapes our emotional response. By cultivating a mindset of resilience and perspective, we can transcend the fleeting passions of the moment and find enduring peace within ourselves. But let us not mistake Stoicism for a cold and aloof philosophy devoid of compassion or empathy. On the contrary, the Stoic heart beats with a deep and abiding love for humanity, tempered by the wisdom of experience. It is through the practice of Stoicism that we can cultivate not only inner strength, but also a profound sense of connection and solidarity with our fellow beings. In the words of the Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Let us then strive to fill our minds with thoughts of courage, compassion, and wisdom, that we may walk the path of Stoicism with grace and dignity. And in so doing, may we become vessels through which the divine voice of God speaks, guiding us towards a life of virtue, purpose, and inner peace. In the hushed chambers of our minds, amidst the symphony of thoughts and echoes of memory, there exists a sanctuary where the voice of God whispers softly, guiding us along the winding paths of existence. This divine presence, though often obscured by the clamor of our desires and fears, is ever present, waiting patiently for us to listen. The Stoic sage, with their keen intellect and unwavering resolve, understood the profound significance of this inner dialogue. They recognized that the mind, when disciplined and attuned to the rhythms of the universe, becomes a conduit through which the wisdom of the divine can be heard. But how do we mere mortals, bound by the limitations of our earthly existence, commune with this transcendent voice? The answer lies not in lofty speculation or esoteric rituals, but in the humble practice of Stoic virtues, wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Consider, for instance, the Stoic principle of amor fati, or love of fate, which teaches us to embrace the totality of our existence, both the joys and the sorrows, as essential components of the cosmic order. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to, rather wish that what happens happen the way it happens, then you will be happy. Through the practice of Stoicism, we learn to surrender our will to the divine wisdom of the universe, trusting in its benevolent guidance even in the face of adversity. For the Stoic, every moment, no matter how seemingly insignificant, is an opportunity to commune with the divine and align ourselves with the eternal truths of existence. But let us not mistake this surrender for passivity or resignation. On the contrary, the Stoic is called to action, to engage fully with the world and strive tirelessly towards the realization of virtue. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short, and we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it." So let us, dear seeker of truth, heed the call of the divine within and embark upon the noble journey of Stoicism with courage and conviction. Let us listen attentively to the whispers of God in our minds, for therein lies the path to true wisdom, inner peace, and unshakable fortitude. And in so doing, may we become vessels through which the divine light of Stoicism shines brightly, illuminating the darkness of our souls and guiding us towards the sublime heights of human excellence.